Hi everyone. I'm actually going to make a really quick video because there isn't much recording time left on this video, me on this phone. But I wanted to actually talk a little bit more about this particular thing that I noticed because I was on a live chat with a group of people, and they invited someone who was like a life coach for healing from PTSD, from and all stuff, and then in terms of narcissistic abuse, and then the other one was actually like a Bible teacher or something like that. The thing that I wanted to just talk about is that about how we can recognize certain things about this how do you say, not fake but toxic, really toxic content creators for narcissistic abuse and mental health, and those who call alleged coaches. Okay, and there's one particular one that I'm going to call attention to. I know that once I start naming a person, there's going to be a likelihood that the person will clap back at me, and then maybe she will actually end up doing something like, or maybe her so-called enablers and supporters will do that to me. But please don't come after me. Even if you come after me, whatever, I'm going to actually censor your remarks. Okay, I believe in respect, but the thing is this: I wanted to say this to warn against her because not because I believe she's actually a narcissist. I don't think she is, but she's extremely toxic, and I think that anyone in the right mind should do your best to avoid her until she has totally addressed her own issues. Okay, last time there was one in the online community of this narcissistic abuse victims and survivors. There was this particular ongoing drama between spiritual whistleblower Chanel Jasmine and the T or MPD Telsha, yeah. And then even before that, there was another conflict between spiritual whistleblower and another lady called by the name of Holly, Holly, this African woman. So this whole thing about the African American female community of survivors and life coaches, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know who is who and what is what. But this particular content creator that I'm warning against goes by the name of Poacher. Okay, why do I warn against her? Because okay, the reason is this: whenever you go onto her channel, okay, live channel and her videos, the number one thing that she does is to actually gaslight and scapegoat all men, not just any particular man, but the whole male sex. Okay, and she uses that the logic of sweeping generalizations, just because we know that the thing is a true thing that a lot of males, like in the higher, you mean the population of narcissists, okay, those who have been diagnosed with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, like about 60-something% of them are actually males, but about 30-something% of them are actually females. But the problem is this is done solely within the setting of clinical settings, within the prison population and within hospitals and clinics. So we cannot just take for granted this kind of statistics. And the thing is this: she denies, actually she was gaslighting, because she actually keeps on doing things like denying that there are female narcissists too who are equally damaging, and that there cannot be, she denies that there can be male victims of narcissistic abuse by males and females. Okay, so it seems very disingenuous, but the thing is, I guess that is also to do with the fact that she has been hurt by many men before in the past, before she decided to become a female incel. Okay, which is pretty much the truth. She keeps on talking about how she doesn't want to be with men. If you hate men so much, but why aren't you a lesbian? And she keeps on claiming that she's straight, which is to me is it doesn't make sense to me, but it's a contradiction. But that's another issue altogether. But the issue is she is actually perpetuating man hating, okay, on her channels, which is a very unhealthy and toxic thing. It's like she gaslights all men regardless of whatever. Okay, the second thing is this: the reason why I warn against her is because she actually does a lot of name calling on her live sessions, and her, not just name calling, but even her videos too. She calls out different people, different life coaches, and different experts, so-called, I mean experts, some of them are really real experts, like scholars. For example, she says that Dr. Ramani is not tough enough on narcs, and she claims, she attacks Lisa Romano, I don't know, the T on NPD Telsha, Harriet Overtop. Okay, Harriet Overtop is a bit of a, I don't really know much about him, so I can't say. And Richard Grannon, whom she claims is a narcissist, and yeah, majority her videos for a period of time, basically over the last 4 or 5 years, were basically attacking narcissistic abuse life coaches and therapists, including the ones who have an online presence. And the thing is this: what is the point of doing all this naming and everything when you don't have the evidence? And she claims to be the so-called expert in calling them out, but if you are so good at calling them out, but why then are you doing this thing about charging other people again, as in, or even I don't know how much she charges people, or whether she's still doing it now, but it's very, very suspicious and very dodgy, okay? Very shady, possibly, okay? No life coach, okay, someone who is actually certified or accredited should be actually, doing all this called, whatever, and expecting people to donate money is a very, I find that it's not so much disingenuous as that is, this is if it's your job, you should be doing it in a proper setting, okay? Whether in a clinical setting or even at the least, it should be face to face, okay? In a public place or in a place, okay? Or in a clinical setting, if not in clinical setting, at least over the computer or phone chat, whatever, and but she doesn't do it, okay? And she keeps on what she does in her second, the second thing being that she actually calls out different people and calling them different names, and she does verbally abuses them and attacks them. This is a very, very, very dishonest and unethical thing, okay? Especially when a lot of these people are actually like certified life coaches or if not, experts and trained professionals in their field. While I don't think she's trained professionally in this. She comes from a nursing background, which is a totally different thing, okay? So yeah, so the thing is this, I don't just want to single her out, but the things that I realized that, okay, I was following her for a while, and I realized that at one point in time we were on relatively okay talking terms, but as I found that as the years went by, her trajectory of development became more and more toxic and negative, because she became so-called radical feminist. She claimed that radical feminism is basically the best weapon against narcissism. No, it's not, okay? Ideology is always a problematic thing, because it's like saying that it's like saying, oh, we because we have been wrong, so therefore we engage in terrorism. That's not freedom fighting, okay? That is actually using one form of violence against another form of injustice. And what she's doing, in fact, is condoning. I find that it actually leads to the kind of it's not just a red herring where things don't add up, or things just basically takes a big leap, but is that she actually opens up the space for people who are not narcissists, who are actually victims of abuse, to get re-traumatized by her kind of techniques, okay? Or if there's any technique whatsoever to begin with. And the thing is that I'm very, very suspicious of her credibility. Wait, note this, I'm not diagnosing her, because I am not a trained therapist, but based on my whole set of experiences, okay, as a survivor of abuse, okay, and then the fact that I have been seeking professional help. I actually even told the psychotherapist about her, and the psychotherapist said, a person who is really trying to recover won't go around doing these kind of things, blaming the male sex and everything. And I even showed one male student of mine who is not really traumatized anyway, but who just basically curious to know what kind of like channels there are on YouTube. He said she's too much, okay, because she's virtually everything she makes are basically accusing men and everyone else of being a narcissist except for herself, okay, and it's like she hates the whole world, and that is not a very healthy thing, okay? So I hope that nobody will just take her words for it. Take it with a pinch of salt, okay? I mean, maybe she has some good ideas, but somewhere along the line she also has some very bad ideas which are very damaging, okay? If you are hoping to get out again and get out into the world and to try to even just make new friends. If you were to do it the way she prescribes, I think what you could end up doing is to end up hating some people just for the sake of hating them, okay? Simply because why? They're men, or because you think that they're like that, possibly without even like judging them even before they have actually even shown themselves to be who they are, okay? That is called the self-fulfilling prophecy, and it's negative confirmation bias, okay? Don't fall into that trap, okay? So I hope everyone just learns from that, and yeah, you know, I'm ready to take on any kind of flake for that, for naming her, but I think that she's very unhealthy. And after the few times, I remember that when she was making some comments about different things, I tried correcting her. I did this very, very diplomatically, and actually left those remarks on her chat, or on the chat or whatever, but she stopped talking to me literally. She started stonewalling me, and I knew at that point in time that she was extremely vicious. She was very defensive of herself, so she didn't want anyone to question her. So basically it's like whole echo chamber thing. I will not allow people who question my viewpoint to hang around, whatever. She's been doing a lot of that because she's been censoring her followers and restricting it mostly to maybe predominantly women, okay, women who hate men, just like her, and also or women who basically just trying to recover from abuse, and maybe some few men, but very, very few, okay? And I don't think that she's very healthy to hang around with and engage with, okay? So I hope everyone has a good day anyway, and I'll just come again and talk about something else. And yeah, I'm actually shifting the whole focus out of narcissistic abuse over the last few months and over this last year, as you can tell. I'm not talking so much about it anymore because I realized that there are so many more important things. I'm not like trying to go on this, I'm the victim, I'm a victim, I'm a victim. It's like, it's a way, it's like it's behaving like the so-called it's not just an unhealed empath, it's behaving like a so-called narcissist, like me again, okay? We shouldn't be doing that. We should be looking into how we are going to improve our lives, okay? So anyway, I'm off, and I hope everyone has a good day. Okay, bye-bye.